This week we are reviewing for your final, so I picked some of the most important topics and put them in the video. Make sure if you're in one of my classes that you do study the complete review sheet and not just these videos. So we have a linear equation here. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the parentheses in the middle, so I'm going to distribute the 6. That gives me a negative 6x minus 6. Watch your signs. I notice on this left side I have way too many terms. So what I can do is put the terms together. You'll see here I have a negative 3x and a negative 6x. That gives me a negative 9x when I put those together. I didn't change signs. I didn't change sides. I just strictly combined like terms. You'll also see that we have a minus 5 and a minus 6. Add those up, same sign, add and keep the sign. We get negative 11 there. At this point, you'll see that I have successfully simplified both sides. Now I can start moving things around. So I'm going to move this 3x over. So when I move it, I do change its sign. A positive and a negative 3x cancel out. On my side, I have the same sign, add and keep the sign, so I get a negative 12x. To solve it from here, I move the 11 first. Negative 12x equals 16. Divide both sides by negative 12. And x would equal negative 16/12. Well, negative 16/12 reduces. It reduces by 4. So when I reduce by 4, 16 divided by 4 would give me 4, and 12 divided by 4 would give me 3. So my answer is a negative 4/3. Okay? Here is my answer. Now be really careful, because sometimes if your answers say a negative 4/3, positive 4/3 will also be a multiple choice solution, a multiple choice possibility rather, so make sure you only pick the right one and double check your signs. Okay, let's try another one. Here we have an equation that has a fraction. Okay, I don't like fractions and you don't like fractions, so we can multiply by something so that the fractions go away. And that something that we can multiply by is 12. That's my common denominator. 3 and 4 and 12 all go into 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 12 in every top. Now I can do that. I'm allowed to do that because basically I multiplied on the left side of the equation by 12 and I multiplied on the right side of the equation by 12. Okay, so in this first one, 12 times 4 is 48 over 3. 12 times x over 4. And this would be 12 over 12. Now let's reduce all three of those fractions. 16 minus 3x equals 1. Okay, now I don't have fractions anymore. So I want to get the x by itself, so I'll move the 16. And negative 3x would equal negative 15. They have different signs, so you want to subtract and take the sign of the larger. I'll divide both sides by negative 3. And x would equal a positive 5. That's my answer. Well, look up there. There's a positive 5 and a negative 5. So make sure you only pick the positive one. Your answer there is a positive 5. Okay, our next type of equation is quadratic. So let's go ahead and save the file here. If you need quadratic equations, you can watch the next video.